Let me get everybody here on Facebook. Good morning. I'm just going to wait for some of you guys to tune in. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. I just realized that my Facebook videos have been so blurry. I do not know what is going on with my computer. I thought Mac computers were wonderful, but I might have to stop doing this lives on my computer and just do it on my phone because the videos on Instagram are much better. Good morning, Star Boy on YouTube. If this is your first time tuning in, say hi. Even if this is not your first time tuning in, say hi. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you don't follow me, please follow me, like my page, share my page, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Let's see. Hi, Tame on Instagram. From Florida. I'm in Florida as well. Ade Kunle say, what's up, my wonderful lawyer? What's up, Kunle? How are you doing? Good morning, Akin Remy. Good morning, Emeka. Starboys in NYC. Okay, so let me introduce myself for those of you tuning in for the first time or those of you who don't know me. My name is Aisha Chidole, and I'm an immigration attorney. I represent clients with their family immigration matter within the United States. So your location doesn't really matter. I help clients all over the United States. My phone number here is 407-995-6567. If you're on Instagram, my phone number is on my profile because I don't know how to pin it on here. And obviously, if you guys are on Facebook or YouTube, you can see it scrolling through the ticker, so you can save it. Good morning, Fafo Beef. Good morning, Stanley. Good morning, Sandra. Thank you. Good morning, Obi. So today, these days, I just do not have a lot of time. I have an immigration interview to get to. So I just really want to talk real quick about what a conditional green card is and who qualifies for it, or how do you end up with a conditional green card. So there are two types of green cards that you can be issued technically when you file for a green card based on marital relations, or your children receive a green card based on a step parent that is married to their parent. And that is either a 10-year green card or a 2-year green card. A 10-year green card holder is a legal permanent resident, so you have a permanent green card. A 2-year green card holder is a conditional green card holder. So I'm sure the question is, well, what does you're cracking up. He says reliable and tested. Okay, thank you. So the question is, well, why is it conditional? Or what does that mean that it's conditional? So generally, if you've been married for under 2 years, at the time they approve you for your green card, you will get a conditional green card. Basically, they're saying to you, we're giving you this green card on the condition that in the next 2 years, you show us that you have a real marriage, a legitimate marriage. You and your spouse can prove that 2 years from now. And so when they give you this green card, essentially, while you have the green card, you can do the exact same things as a green card holder who has a 10-year green card. That means you can work, you can travel out of the country. You're technically eligible for citizenship if you're still married, 3 years after you have the conditional green card. Now, the key and the critical difference here is that if you are a conditional green card holder, at the 2-year timeline, you are going to have to petition to remove the conditions of your green card. Think about it like this. It's like applying for a marriage-based green card all over again. Except this time, the standards are actually higher. The stakes are actually higher. And why are the stakes higher? Because they feel that you've already been married now for however many years. So probably about 4 years at this point. that you have no excuse not to have bona fides, that you have a social security number, you have the ability to work. So you guys should have bank accounts. You guys should have traveled together. You guys basically should have more proof, or that most people, unless there are issues of fertility or they've made a personal choice not to have children, many people might have children. So they're basically looking for more concrete evidence. So just to circle back, the main difference here is at the time of expiration of a 2-year green card, you have to file for that removal of condition. That being said, if you have a 10-year green card, what happens is you don't have to remove conditions on your green card. At your expiration of your 10-year green card, well, you shouldn't let your green card get into 10 years, but that's a side note. We'll get into that in a second. At the expiration of your 10-year green card, all you have to do is to file for a new green card, like a renewal. There's nothing to it. There's absolutely nothing to it. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to do anything. Just submit your petition to renew your green card, right? So that is the key difference. So the goal is to get a 10-year green card. Are there categories of people that will get 10-year green cards outright? Absolutely. If you're married and when they approve you, you've been married for more than 2 years, you'll get a 10-year green card. If you're a valid applicant and they approve you for a green card, you get a 10-year green card. If you get a green card based on certain family bases, like in the preference categories, like if your sibling is filing for you, or if your own parent, biological parent is filing for you, you get a 10-year green card. The only time the 2-year is, I'm only focused on family cases right now, not in the business case. Family cases is through marriage. So that is the key difference, which means you need to make sure that when you get your 2-year green card, you're not like, peace out. I'm going to dump my husband. I'm going to dump my wife. You got to try and make your marriage work. Listen, marriage is hard. I know I come on here and I talk about valid cases and stuff, but you got to try to make your marriage work. No marriage is easy. So if you guys are in a loving marriage, try to make your marriage work, because 2 years from now, you're going to have to do that. Now, are there exceptions to the requirement where you and your spouse have to petition together? Absolutely, because this is law. Every case, there is an exception. The exceptions you have are if you and your spouse had a legitimate marriage, but things just didn't work out, and you filed for divorce, you can submit a petition based on divorce, as long as you show that your marriage was still legitimate. It's just that it didn't work out. If you have an extremely cruel spouse that has committed battery against you, that has been abusive towards you, you can file without your spouse. As long as you show a good faith marriage, and then you show what they've done to you is extremely cruel. If there is extreme hardship, if they deport you back to your home country, you can file for a waiver. But guys, don't even bother, because like in my experience, nobody gets approved of extreme hardship. So it is very, very difficult. Like you must literally be from like no country, like war impoverished, things are just really rough for you to file based on hardship. If that is not you need to find one of the other categories that work better for you. And then the last category is if your spouse unfortunately passes away, of course you can get an exception from the conditional green card. So that's kind of how it works. I'm going to answer some of those questions. I have 10 minutes left. So let's see. Good morning, Dimitri. Good morning, Bavin from Kentucky. Let's see. Good morning, Chebe. Good morning, Princess. Okay, let's see some questions on Instagram. Okay, when can I apply for my citizenship if I've spent 2 years on a 10-year green card? So, Onyin Consular, the answer really depends on what your marital status is and how you got your green card. If you got your green card through marriage and you and your wife are still married, or you and your husband are still married, then you can apply for your green card 3 years from the date you get your green card. Well, technically 90 days before the 3-year anniversary. That being said, if you didn't get your green card through marriage, or you're now divorced with your spouse that you got it through, you have to wait 5 years or 90 days to the 5 years. Keep in mind that when you apply, you still have to meet the travel requirements, meaning that you can't have spent, half of your green card time outside the country, or else you wouldn't qualify for citizenship. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of other things that you want to make sure that you qualify for, okay? Okay, so Starboy says, my I-360 was approved and it says deferred action for 15 months. What does that mean? That is awesome. Congratulations. That is wonderful. What they're basically saying is that they cannot deport you. Well, at least for 15 months, which is renewable, which is renewable. And I'm assuming that you probably got a work permit. So really the next thing for you right now, unless you have something that's making you inadmissible, is to try to, do your adjustment of status. So I don't know if you filed your adjustment of status in the first place. If you didn't, go ahead and file it so that you can get your green card. But that's good. Good job. Let's see. Okay, Bavin says, VAWA receipt, will only my lawyer get it or will I get it as well? So the answer depends on your lawyer and what your lawyer does and what you guys agree to. Personally, in our own firm, we are a safe address for all of our VAWA clients because a lot of times our clients don't have a stable address or they live with their spouses and they don't want their spouse to know. So we get both our copy of the receipt and our client's copy of the receipt. And when we get our client's copy of the receipt, before we ever mail out anything, we always send a message to our clients on their client portal asking them where should we mail it to, give us a safe address. And that is just to protect our clients. And also because in my experience in immigration and with immigrants, for whatever reason, tend to move a lot, and I guess that's part of as you try to stabilize. So it is a nightmare, like moving several times in a year or 2 times in a year, because each time you move, it messes things up with immigration. So at least they know that even though they change your address at immigration, all their mails are still coming to us so that there are less chances of things getting lost. So Bhavin, this is one of those questions you want to ask your lawyer, who was listed. And if you have a copy of your petition, you should see if, your address was listed as a safe address or your lawyer's address was listed as a safe address. Akin Remy says, please, my question is, I don't understand your question. I don't understand the question. If you can just rephrase the question again, okay? Kunle says, the law, how long does it take to have my traveling documents and job authorization card under VAWA? Well, so the answer depends on if you submitted an adjustment of status application. If you submitted an adjustment of status application, you will get a work permit and travel permits, usually between 5.5 months to 8.5 months. Even though 2 days ago I checked it and it's now changed it from 5.5 months to 8 months to 5.5 to 10 months. But on average, most people usually get it between 5.5 months to 8 months. Hopefully, you're more on the 5.5 month side than on the later side. If you didn't file a work permit with your adjustment of status, with an adjustment of status when you did your VAWA, then you won't get it until they approve you, and what you get is a work permit, not a travel permit. Okay. Okay, Starboy. So if you did your adjustment of status, then your interview should be coming. Just go ahead and wait for that. Okay. So Bavin, you can change your address on VAWA, but you can't change your address online. So it will not register. So if you're a VAWA applicant and you try, USCIS has the website where you can change your address online. If you have like a regular marriage-based case, you can do that. But anything based on extreme cruelty and abuse, you have to actually send a letter because they have to make sure that the person doing it is the right person. Because again, most VAWA applicants are victims, and you may have a spouse that is doing that stuff online, so they need to be able to verify. Princess, okay, you said I skipped your question. Let's see. I was in removal proceedings after my U.S. citizen husband refused to go for an interview. I applied for VAWA in October 2020, got my prima facie and 2 years work permit in July, but my advance parole was denied. How can I remove the denial and what next should I be expecting? You're not going to get an approval for your advance parole because you're in removal proceeding. It's just not going to happen. And you don't even want to take that risk of traveling outside the country because you will not return back. So what you need to do is just be patient right now. Once they approve you, then you can just file a motion to terminate your removal case, and God willing, you'll be able to do that. But don't even think about traveling outside the country. Do not even do it. Okay. All right. Sorry, Instagram. I know I'm neglecting you guys. Oh my goodness, guys, I have to jump off. I'm gonna take one question. Let me find one that's short and quick. Let's see. Okay, real quick. Somebody asked, what about someone who's on a J visa and is subject to the 212E? What can you say about that? For those of you who don't know what that means, it means that you came into the country with a J1 visa. When you come into the country with a J1 visa, some people, it will specifically say to you, you have a 2-year resident requirement, meaning that you will not be allowed to adjust your status unless you go back to your home country and do your 2-year residency requirement, or you get a no objection waiver from your own country. So that is what you're going to need to do. So if you have that, you will need to get a no objection from whatever your country of origin is, and your embassy. If they remove the no objection, then you should be able to adjust your status. Okay, guys, I am not going to be on tomorrow and on Friday because I will be in Georgia, or en route to Georgia. So, but I will do one of my replays of my frequently asked questions because I know you guys, tend to have similar questions. But I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I will see you guys next week. All right, bye.